Are you a pitcher interested in learning how to deadlift with a barbell? Have you tried to deadlift with a barbell in the past but only end up really feeling it in your back? By the end of this video, you'll know the exact steps in order to properly and safely barbell deadlift so that you can become a stronger pitcher. For the best baseball strength training content, be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you get notified when I release a new video every Monday. As a former strength and conditioning coach for the Boston Red Sox organization, I had to learn the most effective ways to teach the barbell deadlift. This is an exercise that can give tremendous strength gains, but also can hurt you if executed poorly. So here are the exact steps that I showed the players in the Boston Red Sox organization on how to execute the barbell deadlift properly. So the first step to learning how to properly deadlift with a barbell is learning how to hinge properly. And in order to do that, we're gonna first start with the band. So we're gonna tie a band around a pole. This is a medium heavy band. So something to give you some nice resistance. And then you're gonna get into the band. And I'm gonna face away from the pole. I'm gonna get the band to wrap around my hips. I'm gonna walk out and I'm gonna complete about 5 to 10 of these hinges where the band pulls my hips back and my body comes towards the ground. My knees are slightly bent. And in order to come back up, I'm gonna send my hips against the resistance back forward. So the hinge is a back to forward motion. Slight bend in the knees, hips back, feel my heels, and then push against that. So complete 5 to 10 of those. So now I'm gonna complete 5 to 10 of these forward facing hinges. I'm gonna get the band to sit a little bit lower for this one, pass my hips around my butt, walk my feet back, bend my knees slightly, find some good resistance, and then reach my hips back. Make sure it sits nice and low so that you can really feel like your hips are fighting to push the band back. So 5 to 10 of these forward facing bands. So now that we've understood how to hinge with the band, we can add load to that same pattern. So we're gonna get back into the band and we're gonna do the exact same thing just with some dumbbells. So I'll start with the forward facing and come back into the same position. Feel like your hips are back, and then send your hips forward. Let the band pull your hips back. Just bring the dumbbells past the knees. We're going to do the same thing now for the forward facing. So 5 to 10 of those. The next progression we can take, instead of having the weights here and only bringing the weights past the knees, we're gonna bring the weight in between the knees and we're gonna lift the weight from the floor. The deadlift is called the deadlift because it's about lifting dead weight off of the floor. So we have dead weight off of the floor and we're gonna get into the band just to continue those feedback loops. So I'm gonna do the forward facing. I'm gonna bring the weight out. I'm gonna walk out, and I'm gonna add one more step to this sequence. So I'm gonna find my initial knee bend. I'm gonna find the hip back position. Once my hands are at my knees, and I have that little more to go, I'm not gonna continue to bend from my hips. In fact, I actually wanna bend from my knees. I wanna get my knees to travel over my toes to get me that last little bit, and then I can lift and bringing my hips back up. So it's an unlock, it's the hips back, and then it's actually a squat down. 2, 3. Let's see that from the other angle. So hands in between, unlock the knees, reach the hips back, bend the knees, squat down, lift up. Unlock, hips back against the band, last little bit, bend the knees, squat down. So once we've understood what our hips should be feeling, using the band during the hinge position, we can start to understand what we should be feeling at our feet and what we should start feeling at our core. So our feet, we're gonna actually put 2 plates underneath our toes. We're gonna unrack the barbell and complete these dumbbell RDLs with the plates underneath our toes. We're gonna go into the same position that we did with the band, and I'm gonna come up using my toes. So on the way back, it's an unlock of the knees, hips back, body folds over the knees, and I'm gonna use my toes in order to come back up. Now, to truly understand how the core is involved and how we should be bracing during this lift, we want to use a balloon. So I'm gonna attempt to blow this balloon up, get all of the air out of my system, decompress my torso and my rib cage as opposed to inflating. We're actually looking to decompress and have our core be as strong and as contracted as possible. So, guys, let me know in the comments if you guys are currently doing barbell RDLs in your workout program and feel like you're ready for barbell deadlifts. When I transitioned from doing barbell RDLs in my program to doing barbell deadlifts, my strength gains went through the roof. So once we've understood what our hips should be doing in a hinge, what we should be feeling at our feet with that posterior weight shift in our heel and then coming up through our toes, and what we should be feeling with our core with that exhale before we go into our lift, we can then start to explore the deadlift and picking the weight off of the ground. So I'm gonna set up with the bar right where my shoelaces would be at my feet. I'm gonna unlock my knees. I'm gonna reach my hips back. And then once my hands are at my knees, I'm then gonna let my knees travel forward, almost bringing my shins to the barbell. From here, I can take an overhand grip or an alternated grip. Exhale before I go. And lift. Inhale. So barbell deadlifts are really only one piece of the puzzle when it comes to becoming a great pitcher. So if you guys want to learn what the best pitchers in the big leagues all have in common, be sure to watch my free training, The 5 Secrets to Throw Gas Like a Pro, in the link below. Guys, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and send this video to all of your pitcher friends so that they can master the barbell deadlift.